Here are all the abilities for the new agent. The first ability is Prowler, costing 300 credits. When you fire it, it goes in a straight line looking for a trail or an enemy, which means if an enemy is close by, not necessarily visible, it will detect a trail and go and catch the person. You can also hold fire and move the mouse to steer it in the direction that you're facing. When it detects an enemy, it goes towards the enemy and blinds the enemy, near sights the enemy for 3 seconds. Next ability is called Seize, which costs 200 credits. You equip an orb, and when you throw the orb, it will stay in the air for 1.5 seconds and then it drops to the ground. Once it hits the ground, it will expand to up to 7 meters and then it will tether all the enemies inside that range. Tethering is basically pulling them, which is basically like Astra's sucking ability. It's basically the same. But tethered enemies will suffer 75 decay damage. They will also be deafened, so they cannot hear anything and they cannot escape the zone without abilities for 5 seconds. So Jet can still escape it, maybe, but yeah, it's still broken. The next ability is called Haunt, whose credits seem to be undetermined. Maybe they haven't determined it yet. This is also equipping an orb. Fire to throw the orb. The orb will travel in the air, again in a similar fashion to the other ability, and then it will drop onto the ground. Once it hits the ground, it again races back up and it can be destroyed. What it basically does is if it sees opponents, it will reveal them and it will apply a trail debuff. This seems to be something new. I'm not sure if I have seen this before. It will last for 12 whole seconds. What? It can be reactivated in flight to drop the projectile earlier. Basically, you're throwing the orb, it is staying in air for 1.5 seconds and then it drops, gets back up. If it sees enemies, it will apply a trail debuff for 12 seconds. Very weird. And the ultimate is called Nightfall. Equip this ability, fire to send out a wave of dark mist. If the mist comes in contact with an enemy, they will be trailed, deafened and decayed for 12 seconds. I believe the decay damage should be 75 because the decay damage for Haunt is 75. And on screen is a bit more information. I believe this purple color thing that you see on the boards is the decay debuff. I say this because if you take a look at this board specifically, there is no blue color trail on this board and there is also no purple color thing on the board. So this board is not decayed and other boards are decayed. So this one of the abilities have been applied to this board. It has to be between Seize and Nightfall because only both of them have the decay ability. Given the fact that there are so many of these things, I would guess it's the Nightfall ability. The person must have used the Nightfall ability and tagged all these boards. And some of these boards don't have it because they were probably killed and these are new boards. The hand as well, as you can see, people are directly assuming it's a female. I wouldn't do the same. People have their own choices. We should wait and see. This was supposed to be a recon initiator and it does seem like a recon initiator. We got information quite a lot and yeah, we'll have to see how the person feels in game. Beware that it is possible this is fake, maybe the best fake ever, always a possibility. And yeah, see you next time.